Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel where I show you how I make my bullet journal spreads from week to week. This week we are going to be working on my March spread. It'll be my specialty pages, so pages like the to-do page, my trackers, and my monthly playlist and other pages as we go along. As always, I will be showing you how I make every page. I'll be explaining my process and any materials I use and how I get my inspiration. Alright, let's get started.
Starting out with the to-do page, I'm going to go in with the Pigma Graphic 1 pen, and I'm going to outline these letters. Again, these letters are inspired by the Mandalorian font that opens up every title page, and I'm just going to write to-do, and then I filled it in with a Pigma Graphic 2 pen, I believe. And now I'm going in and making the abstract portions of the page, and I'm going to do just one of every color. I added a piece of paper underneath it so it doesn't affect the other pages and doesn't have any stray marks on any other of the pages as well. You can also use a paper towel or a piece of cardboard or just whatever you feel comfortable with. For the font, I just kind of Googled Mandalorian font and just kind of sketched out what I saw there. I didn't need it to be exact, but you can do as close to it as you want or as far away from it as you want. And there I freehanded a green border, and I'm adding the iconic white line under all of the letters. And a little baby Yoda at the bottom, drinking his little tea. Moving on to the trackers page, the only thing I'm tracking this month is my mood and spasms, as I did with January and with February. I am going in with the same Pigma Graphic 1 pen to outline the letters, and it's not quite turning out as uniform as I would have preferred, but it did turn out, legible, so I'm thankful for that. I'm going in again with a Pigma Graphic 2 and filling all the letters in, and once they are filled in, I can erase it. The camera angle shifted because Lolo is always trying to get up under me, and my setup is constantly changing due to the fact that I am not in my normal place right now. So she actually bumped the camera, and so I had to move it back. But now I am writing in the mood, and I had to go in and sketch out the tracker that I wanted. And again, I'm saying again a lot. These particular letters are kind of like the numbers for the weekly spread. I want them to feel blocky and angular, just like you would in, or what I feel like would be in space, So here I am tracing out the calendar for March, basically. Each letter, or each space is just going to be a rectangle where I will put down the color for my mood, or color or colors for my spasms. And once I am done with that, I'm going to erase it and then make my key. But before making my key, I'm going to take this white gel pen and add a white line to the bottom of every letter. And now I am able to take my Tombow markers and make my key. Each square rectangle is going to be a different mood, and I will write down which each one means in just a moment. As I continue to just kind of develop my bullet journal for this year, I realized that sometimes I like to have more or less. And on this month, I added a little bit more because there are a few days where I feel anxious, and some days I do feel angry or sad, and I want to document that. And I didn't really do it for March, but for April, there were some days I had different emotions, and I tried to notate that. So if you are also experiencing different emotions today, feel free to just add different emotions to every day. It doesn't all have to be one color. And here I am adding a little, not sticker, but little piece of paper, and I glued it down with the glue stick like I had. I'm adding my abstract globs now, and highlighted the week and mood and spasm in different colors. Now I am going through and doing the same thing that I did to every title to the top of the daily blessings page. Now, you might notice that on this Daily Blessings page, it says Daily Blessing and not Daily Blessings, plural. And that's purely because I could not fit the S into this page as hard as I tried. I really wanted everything to look as uniform as possible, and if I wanted to add that S, it just wouldn't really work. And I really needed to use the dots as a guide. And I could have added the dots as a guide, or something else as a guide, but I didn't feel comfortable doing that, so I just omitted the S for this particular page. And like I said, we're going for what you like, not for perfection. So this is what I liked, and this is what I went with. And I'm coloring it in again with the Pigma Graphic 2 pen. And being very careful not to press too hard and not to overdo it, because they will bleed through. So when you do use these pens on your, if you have an Archer and Olive journal like I do, or just a heavyweight paper in your bullet journal, you might want to be careful, because sometimes things still bleed through even if it's a heavyweight. And I took a silver jelly roll pen and wrote 1 through 31 where I will write my blessings, and then glued down another happy little baby Yoda that I did draw and added the bottom. The camera shook again. Added the white line on the bottom and very small little abstract globs, because I still need space to write, but I still wanted them on the page to keep up with the theme. And like I said, I freehanded that green border, and we are moving on to the monthly playlist. Now, because of the way that this month falls, the playlist ended up being on 2 different pages. It's always on 2 different pages. You have to flip a page. It was not on one big open spread like it typically is. Doing the same thing here that I did on the other titles, and I'm not going to sit you through just every little thing, but it is the same from this page to the next page. I filled it in the same as I did my last pages with the same pens. And once they were filled in, I erased it and went through with the white jelly roll pen and added the line on the bottom. Here I am adding those abstract color splotches and freehanded that green border like I do. And just really honestly filling it in the way I want. Now, the albums do go on top of the green blotches, or if you want, you can make the green blotches and put the albums around them. I just kind of placed them in a pattern around the blotches, so I didn't have to worry about constructing it when the albums were not already on the page and risk putting a pin on the albums by accident. But if you want to see the playlist, you can head over to my Instagram, and it shows all the music that I had for the month of March that were my top 10 favorites. But here I am adding more gray, and I didn't feel like they were too close together, but what do you think? Going on to the next page, again, we do the title just like we did on the last page, using the same Pigma graphic and filling them in and then going back and erasing it. Now the biggest difference anyway, between the playlist pages and the rest of the bullet journal outline for the month of March is that they are not going to have any Baby Yoda stickers on them. And that is because I am going to tape down the album covers. And so I did not want to have to work around Baby Yoda in order to do that. So they did not have any sort of Baby Yoda drawings on them. They just kind of had the color scheme with the border and the splotches like I have for every other page. Now, if you are doing something similar to this, feel free to add as much Baby Yoda or as little Baby Yoda as you would like. This is all up to what you would like, but for me personally, I did not want to add the Baby Yoda stickers because I felt like it would get in the way of the album covers and writing down the songs and the names. But anyway, here is my second playlist page as I finish up the title. What do you guys think?
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want some more bullet journal stuff, please subscribe. If you want to see more of Lolo or more bullet journal stuff, please go over to my Instagram at Grandmama. It's me, Anastasia. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!